Alright, let's begin. Good morning, everybody. Ezreal Senpai here. Welcome to, um, Coffee with Senpai? It's Tuesday, but we actually have things to do today, instead of just me blab on about stuff. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at ways to get into premium format. Because it's premium season, and everyone's thinking about it. This is the time of year where everybody gets together and they go over the new cards from premium series or premium collection or revival selection or just all the premium cards and just start thinking of cool decks to play, whether they are just memes or something tournament relevant or maybe something in between, something enjoyable. Or if you want to be like those people and torture souls with this stupid idea, well then have at it. So I thought today would be a very cool way to just kind of get into the premium vibe, because I know there's a lot of negativity about premium format, and they're only going off of what they see in the top 8 meta analysis videos. But premium is so much more than that. It is so much more than just whatever Psalm's doing, whatever different fights doing, whatever the top people are doing. There's more to it than just that. So for this video, we're looking at ways to make a fun premium deck. We're going to work with Gold Paladin first because do I really need to explain why? And then maybe we'll go into some other clans too. And just kind of have fun with it. Alright. We are jumping straight in. My allergies are flaring up too, so if you hear the that's just sinuses. I know it sounds bad. I know. I wish I could just mute it, but that's not the case. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin, and we're going to start with TCG Player. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Advanced Search. We're going to type in Gold Paladin. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select rarities. So in this case, we are going to look for base rarity stuff, just base, because that is probably one of the easiest ways to get into it. Let's see. We want triple rare, double rare, common, generation rare. That should do it. That should do it. Yeah, that should do it. All right. So by going this project, okay. So I'm only putting VR here because the VR reprints will happen at the start of next year. So this is a good way to at least start. If you already have your VRs, you have nothing to worry about. If you don't have VRs, it's something to look at, and sweet Jesus. What is this? Okay. So the cool thing is what we can do is we can actually sort by grade. So let's go ahead and look at grade 4s. Okay. Okay, Mithril being this price is... this will kind of count as a market watch too, but unintentionally. While this is a card that definitely needs a reprint, it is not necessary. Stop it. Spirits, on the other hand, these are good. Minimum of 2, at least. Or if you can only afford it, 1. But these are definitely useful. Depending on the route you're going, the Gurgits, the Heavenly Laws are really good. Radiant Sword's really good too, and that just got a reprint in Revival Selection, so that's also a really good card. Blambrant is pretty neat. Cultist Winter is a really nifty card too, but you only need 1 if you decide to go that route. Again, a lot of the cards are just subjective, based on how you want to build your deck. But going with the strides first, because a lot of people look at the extra deck first for value, and see what they actually can do or not. Thankfully, well, thankfully, thanks to Revival Selection, Slammy Flare has been reprinted. Glorious Raining Dragon's been reprinted. Gurguit Helios, very good stride, been reprinted. And Radiant Sword has been reprinted. So there are a lot of options. Yeah, see, there it is. There it is. So you can set up a decent G zone solely with the stuff from Revival Selection. Solely. If you want to advance a little further, you can always look into Elise. She's a really decent G guard up until Premium Selection, then Premium Series, excuse me. We can go from there. Garmor is a really interesting tech choice for not just Royals, but for Gold Paladin as well. So, realistically, it's not... If I may plug it, Liberators are pretty cheap. Yes, they are cheap. We're going to get into that, I promise. But what's sad is, like, you don't need the Liberator stride, unfortunately. Like, you don't. There's no need for it. You don't. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go to grade 3. It's in a refresh, then we're going to go to grade 3. Now, clearly, if you're playing Ezel like I am, because, you know, I am a quote-unquote murder sheep, I hope you learned your lesson. Stop. Oh, what was that? Wait. Who tried to post links? Huh. Did Nightbot just erase something that I was trying to do? So I don't like what they did with Agreed on Triple Rare and Festival Collection, to be honest. It's a rear that attacks, it gives itself a crit. Yeah, no, it's totally against what Greedon. So, okay, having Greedon have a rear guard that can do stuff is cool. And Greedon in itself is a 3 attack deck. Maybe 4, if done correctly. It's gonna get eaten up by Greedon anyway, so... And the fact it gives itself a crit it's fancy. I haven't looked at it, to be completely honest, so it's not that bad. Oh yeah, I wonder what grade 3. Oh hi, yeah, pretty much. So honestly, the route that you should go is anything with a gift marker. Unfortunately, that is the state of the game for premium. But there are a lot of options to go with too. So depending on what you like and what you want to do. So in premium format, remember, Percival is at 4 and can be mixed with Gurguit. So if you want to base anything off of a good place to start, Percival is definitely a great place to start. Go Gurguit, you can go straight up Ezel. I mean, you have a lot of options to go. Spectral Duke, Agravane in premium could be very interesting. I mean, that's pretty cheap. Whatever new Gold Paladin unit we get, Core is cheap. Like, if you wanted to play Liberators, you absolutely could. They are cheap. If you wanted to play some Garmor variant, you absolutely could, like with the Garmor strike we mentioned earlier. Sadramors are cheap, thankfully. So there are options to be had. But they're not good options. They're options nonetheless. They are options nonetheless. So again, if I had to take a recommendation, I would absolutely say pick up Percival's. For sure, 4 of. And if you wanted to play a budget build, you could go with Core. And you could build a Liberator deck. So let's look at grade 2s real quick. It's gonna go show 3s, and then we're gonna go down here. We're gonna unselect 3. Grade 2s is kind of where the flexibility kind of comes in. If you are playing Ezel, Bowmans and Wonder Ezel are for sure. Depending on the build, Wonder Ezel is still a definitely good, viable rear guard. Totally would recommend it. and it got reprinted in Clan Collection, so go for that. Let's see here. Puill's interesting. Like these two particular ones are really cool. Like this one's on place. You discard card, load the top three, call something, put it to the bottom, and then if you have a Gurguit, let's double check that. Yeah, it's a GB1 steal, but it's like that's fine. Okay, Nightbot. I thought I fixed you, but I guess not. Oh well, that's fine. Yeah, look at the top three cards of your deck, call one from among them, put the rest at the bottom in any order. Not too shabby. Hell, even cards like Dindrain, or not Dindrain, Vivian are actually pretty decent. Adlavales have been reprinted, so much so that they're really easy to get. Bad Demagus is actually a really good card in premium. But isn't that just Ezel support? You're half right. This first half, yeah, that is an Ezel skill. But it's this one that we care about. So if your soul has 2 or more grade 3s, when this unit would attack, it battles all of your opponent's units in a column. So in this case, like if the opponent is using, you know, Hanali, that prevents you from doing multiple attacks, or oh, you want multi-attack, pay cost. This gets around it, and it forces the opponent to guard for it. I used this in both formats, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. How well did you do at the event? Bad, but still, this was really good. It did come in clutch. So there are a lot of good resource cards here. One of my favorites are actually these. This is just a rare. So when placed on rear guard, you may pay the cost. If you do, let the top 3 cards, search for one card among them, call it to the rear guard, and put it in any order. If you have a Vander with Gurguit in its card name, that unit called with this effect and this unit gains +3. Pretty useful. Pretty useful. Especially with a lot of the Gurguit strides, you could play Liberators, tech this in, stride into one of the Gurguit strides, and still have this thing go off. One of my favorite tech choices before set 3. No, this was during set 3 as well. Before set 7 and G, this was a really cool multi-attack option. So when it hits, you counterblast 1, it goes into Soul. You look at the top 3 cards, call 1 to an open rearguard circle, and put the rest of the bottom in any order. This card fueled Soul. Yeah, it cost a counterblast, but that Soul really mattered. And hey, having extra attacks is really cool. Like, there are so many good options in Gold Paladin. I rip my 32 copies. Oh, one day. You don't like rearguards getting retired or bound or locked or whatever? Well, you can use Regan. She's got a Unite skill that made a continuous Vanguard rearguard guard circle resist. She says resist. Cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects. Because this also applies on rearguard or on guard circle, using cards that retire things from guard circle won't work on her. And if you're at grade 4, she becomes a 12k attacker. For a common, that's pretty nice. I actually remembered using her in Grand Festival, and it really helped. Now Fallon is very unique. Fallon actually gives Gold Paladin a bit of an OTT, bit of playstyle, which is so cool. So when it hits, you can look at the top card. Okay, look at the top card of the deck. If it is a unit, you may call it to rear guard. So let's say, for example, the top card is a heal trigger, and this is the last attack that hits. You're like, I'm gonna keep it on top. It's a trigger. Cool. Or it's a card you don't need. That's fine. Or it could be an attack extender to be like, oh hey, there's a Percival on top and I'm at grade 3. Let's go. Percival's definitely, or Fallon's definitely a great card to pick up. Under $1, easy. For those who do still play Gurguit, and like Gurguit and Premium's still good, especially with cards like Salonius. At the beginning of the guard step that your Vanguard with Gurguit and its name is attached, you can put this card into Soul, call 2 cards from the top of the deck to guard circle. This is a little more situational, but in combination with Fallon, this could actually be really good. So your opponent's going in for a really big attack, you could use this, or Gurguit still. With Fallon, on your turn, set up the top card and use that to guard. She's good. Back in the day, we had to use this. Oh, I remember this. So when this card's placed on radar from deck, if you have a Dual Paladin Vanguard, you countercharge 1. That's it. And soul charge 1. Oh, this thing's spiking? Ooh. Interesting. That is very interesting. I remember I had to use this in Gurguit for a while during G, up until things became more accessible. We've got Holy Mage Elio. This card is literally the same thing as the Liberator guy. Like, word for word, copy paste the same effect. So when he hits, he put the counterblast 1, you put him in soul, check top 3, call 1, put the rest of the bottom in any order. I know this will never happen, but imagine if they reprinted all the classic G units, but with gift markers. They're still 11k base, they still have GBs and whatnot, but have gift markers. You know, that would be really cool, but I think that would really undermine them normally, if that makes sense. That would be cool, but it's like, okay, well, which do you use then? Do you use the newer versions of cards, or do you use the older version of cards? How important is it to be on 12k versus an 11k? I'm trying to forego other paladins, and here you are wanting me to test Liberator. Hey, I'm just saying these are fun ways to get into premium, and I started with the thing I know most about, for better or worse. This right here, Cloudwing Eagle is really, really cool. When another unit is placed, it gets plus 5k. And it even activates when Guardians are placed. So if your deck's rapidly calling a bunch of units, this thing can gain power very quickly. Alright, let's switch over to grade 1s. Why? Wait. Oh, nostalgia. Gotcha. Oh, wow. Hoels are starting to jump up. That's cool. Classic Dindrain. Nice, nice. It's cool to see like the classic cards be up here and be worth more than their V counterparts, so to speak. Dindrain's still a really good card. If you're playing Dual Paladin, if you're playing Hoel or Ezel, Hoel is definitely a smart choice. This card has actually been very talked about, or not. It's been thought about. People are like, "Oh, why not use this?" And it's like, that's an idea. So Alicia, what she does is she's a PG. So when she's placed on guard circle, that is an important thing to say. When placed on guard circle, and we didn't get this till set 10 of G, when Gurgit's like, hey, I want to call cards from top of the deck to guard circle. Oh no, the countercharge PG only works when it's called from hand. And they tried again in set 8, and that one had to be called from hand. This one, just generic, when placed on guard circle, it's a PG. Or probably as well, auto unite. Choose one of your readers, put at the bottom of your deck. When placed on Guard Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, it gains plus 15k shield until the end of battle. So in certain situations, you could choose both, or PG, or depending on whatever you need. If you were low on hand, you just call this out as a 15k shield. Definitely worth testing. I would love to pick up SPs of this. I'm not gonna lie, I would. Like, I loved using this card during G. It's so good, so flexible. If you're playing Ezel, either White Lions are really good. You either search out your Grade 3s, thin out your deck more, or you give yourself extra damage to do Spear Cross combos. If you're playing the budget Liberator deck, Bruno. This is a Bruno we can talk about. If you have a Dual Paladin Vanguard, or when another of your Dual Paladin is placed from deck to rear guard from deck, if you have a Liberator Vanguard, it gains +3. Super easy, super simple, and these have plummeted. Cloudwing's still kind of better, but this is a Liberator, and if you're playing a Liberator premium deck, you have a lot of choices. Along with this guy too, Zoron's so cool. Like, Zoron also works generically too, but you need Liberators to make it work. No, you don't. You call it, you put it in the soul, you light the top 3. That's all you gotta do. Or you can run just enough Liberators, like with Catch Goal, for instance, and just kind of chain it until you put Catch Goals back, you assemble a board you like. So when it's placed on Rear Guard Circle from deck, you put into soul, if you have a Dual Paladin Vanguard. The top 3, search for up to one Liberator card, call it to Rear Guard Circle, put the rest of the bottom in any order. I think it's funny how every Force line has 13k base grade 3s. Excel has front traders, and Protect clans, they don't have anything. They get PGs. They're just defensive. They're just like, hey, I can do things. Let's see. This card here. People were actually asking me about this during Team League. When I was showing off my deck, they're, what is this card? What is this? It is Knife Throwing Knight Milligan. So what it is when it's placed on rear guard, Soul Blast 2. If you have a Dual Paladin Vanguard, Countercharge 2. It's Soul Blast 2, Countercharge 2. That's all it does. And this is really good for resource management, especially in decks that do fill up soul very quickly. Ezel's one of those cards, finally. So make use of that soul Blast. And you Countercharge 2. So good. And, oh, okay, it's going up a little bit. Alright, that's understandable. But still a really good card to use. Josephus is also a really good card too. It's another Din Drain, but it's a Liberator as well. So if you wanted to go Liberator route, we could. So when it's placed from deck, you can Soul Blast 1, Countercharge 1, then Soul Blast 1 to draw a card. So it's the best of both for Din Drain, but it has to be called from deck. There's that, there's our Countercharge PG. Yeah, when this unit is placed on guard circle from hand. This was good in other builds except Gurguit. Like, oh man. I think I still have a few of these lying around. I think I have, 2 playsets. Feeling really nostalgic all of a sudden. Well, of course it makes sense you're feeling nostalgic because you're going over old cards. This card's actually really cool. This is actually really, really cool. So, GB1 Unite. When one of your other units is placed on rear guard, choose one of your other units in the same column as this card. That unit and this unit gain plus 2k. So essentially, when you superior call something, it adds 4k to the column. This is a generic Bruno, basically. This is actually a really nice card. It's one of those cards that, you know, if done correctly, this can get very, very strong very, very quickly. But the downside is you have to dedicate space for it. But if you're looking just to have fun, this is definitely worth it. You know, we got the chain, we got the black chain bros. Oh, Rudd. Rudd was a really cool card too. This was basically the same version as, it's a grade 1 version as Heli and Elio. So basically when the boost of it hits, you counter boss 1, put it to soul, check top 3, call to open, put the rest at the bottom. So this could be really good if you're just attacking with, like, if you have 2 attacks, you could use this, possibly get 3rd attack. Sorry, I'm just feeling nostalgic. If I had room to play this in 2017, I would have. But I'm also glad I didn't. Maybe I did. I have to go over that deck list. Oh wait, where was that? Ah, there she is. So this is a basic PG. Has to be called from hand. But her Unite skill is really cool. So, if this unit is, when this unit is placed on rear guard circle from deck, you may pay the cost. The cost is choose one of your other rear guards put to the bottom of the deck. At the end of the turn, return this card to hand. So I played a 2-2 split of this and Alicia for Grand Festival. And it worked out very well. It worked out very, very well. Just the flexibility of having a PG that could recycle something and be bounced back to hand. Really, really handy. Okay. So then there's a lot of options to go with. So then let's look at the zeros, because the zeros are mostly common. Mostly. Okay, so we know that these are getting reprinted common in premium series. We know that. PGs are actually not too difficult to pick up, thankfully. Thankfully, they've been reprinted 3 times. Hopefully we get more. Let's see. If you're playing Liberators, this is a good card to use. Or especially Bluish Flame. So when this card's placed on radar from deck, you may pay the cost. The cost is putting this card back to the bottom of the deck. You look at the top 4 cards for a Bluish Flame card, reveal it to your opponent, add it to hand, shuffle the deck. So what I used to do back in the day was I'd be like, oh, okay, when it's placed on rear guard, I put it back to the bottom of the deck. I look at the top 4 cards, knowing that I don't have a Bluish Flame, and I just shuffled a trigger back to my deck. This isn't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you have to have a target for it. You know, you do as much of the steal as possible. And, you know, it says you search up to 1 card with Bluish Flame in the name. It is a 5K trigger, so keep that in mind. But that was a way to recycle triggers back in the day. Let's see. You've got your choices of stands. We have this and this. So Catch-Doll Liberator did get reprinted in Revival Selection, so this is a really nice card to pick up. So when it's placed on radar from deck, you may pay the cost. If you do, which is put to the bottom, let the top 3 search for 1 card from among them other than a Catch-Doll, call it to an open rear guard circle, shuffle the deck. So the cool thing is it opens a circle for you. It's generic, and it shuffles the deck. I can't tell you how many times the shuffle of your deck has been super important to Gold Paladin. Next is Gigantic Greener. So when it's on rear guard, so when another unit is placed on rear guard from deck, you may pay the cost of putting it back to the bottom of your deck. You can give the unit that was called plus 5k power, you draw a card, and then shuffle the deck. Back in the old days, there was the strategy of using Ultima with a critical and stand trigger. So you attacked with all the rear guards first. Attacked with Ultima, you had stacked the critical and you stacked a stand trigger. So you would get more attacks. This was a way for Ultima to do 7 attacks if done correctly. 5 at minimum. 5 at minimum. But now with the Excel markers, we can go upwards to 9 or more. But this strategy isn't as good anymore because, 5k trigger, 10k shield. Is it really worth it? I mean, you could be a bit of spice, but why not use catch tool? It's not GB reliant. Okay, I want to double check the heal guardians real quick. Okay, 5 each. Okay. So with that in mind, let's build a budget gold paladin deck. So we're going going to premium, and we're going to go gold paladin. So let's work on the G zone. So what we're going to do, we're going to be budget. We're going to be as budget as possible. I low-key want triggers like this in V, even though it won't happen. You never know. I think it's been good that they haven't done triggers like this in V, because that was one turning point in the original game that people were starting to get tired of. But at the same time, who knows? Okay, so we're going to go 4 Glorious Raining Dragons, 4 Helios. We're just gonna go 4. 2. We have space for 2 more cards. You know what? Let's go with this. Hold on. We're gonna bump this down to 2, so we could play 2 of this. There's a reason for it. So let's go back to the main deck. We want 3s. We want, we're just gonna build Liberators. That's the budget deck. We're gonna build Liberators. Liberator. No, come on. So Liberators are actually very, I don't want to say basic, but the strategy behind it is simple enough. I'll put 2 in for right now. Hold on, let me hop on. Oh no. Do I have that set on here? I can. Okay. Give me. Oh, okay. I was about to say I could. Let's see. A lot of the set 13 stuff wasn't good for Liberators. It just wasn't. Like, it was good for Garmor Liberators, but it wasn't good for generic Liberators. It just wasn't. We're gonna use 2 of this crit. We're gonna put in that. We're just window shopping here at the moment. Let's see. What was this? Oh, these are the Legion rares. Okay. We don't need to really worry about that. Zoran for sure. That should do it. Fine. Okay, so let's confirm so far what we have. We could probably cut some grades. Let's see. I think Zoran's a bit more important. Yeah, sorry, Blaster Blade. let's see here. So +1, when placed from deck, look at the top 5 cards, search for up to 1 card with bluish flame and the card name. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Nightbot is just like doing its thing. Let's see. We'd probably bump this down to 3. This is okay. So this guy is a Liberator specific countercharger. So when your other unit is placed on rear guard from deck, if you have a Liberator Vanguard and its card name, until the end of the turn it gets 2k, and auto, when this unit hits a Vanguard, choose one of your damage turn face up. This is before they introduced countercharge as a word. What's cool was if you called out like 5 things, this got plus 10k, and if it hit, it countercharged 5. So that because it would activate every time you would call something. So this would stack. So definitely worth playing at least a 2 of. I have comments, but I don't want to seem like I'm undermining. No, we're going budget. Whether like this is just for fun. Does it need to be completely super competitive relevant? No. But this is a fun and possibly budget way for people to enjoy the game. So let's do grade 1s. You know, there's a lot of Keter cards I didn't think about using, but in this case, it's not gonna. We would like grade 3 searching. That would be nice. Maybe. Ooh, not in this build. We're gonna be scrolling for a bit. Fair bit. It's a lot of Keter cards that help. Yeah, there aren't too many. So then we need to hop over to... Oh, did I add Heal Guardians? I don't think I did. Thank you, Twitter, for blowing up in my ear. There we go. Okay. And we'll fix the ratios here in just a moment, folks. We'll fix that. So we want... Since we're not... okay, we're keeping a budget. We are keeping it extremely budget as possible. We got the drop PG. Let's see, confirm. So we have 12 grade 3s. Okay, so we need to make a little bit of room. Honestly, we can probably cut this down. But do we really? Let's just remove that entirely. Wow, it's even across the board. Hey, thanks for the follow. Actually, we had one more follow earlier. So let me replay that here in just a sec. There we go. You know what? This looks decent enough. So we have a very basic G zone. Our trigger lineup is very basic too. So we are playing 6 crit, 4 draw, 2 stand, 4 heal. Now keep in mind this trigger, this critical here goes back to the deck. And we have a lot of cards that can call from the deck. So we're able to activate that ability pretty frequently. We have a way to utilize soul. Let's bump that up. Yeah, this is actually very reminiscent of okay, the 12, that's because of the Heal Guardians. But 8, 11, 14, those are very basic very basic, very classic ratios. Now you can change the ratios however you want. You're more than welcome to. So now let's go ahead and go back and let's add these to a cart and let's figure out how much it all costs. Okay, so we have the Percivals. I think the Percival is probably the most expensive. And we're going to optimize the cart later too. So don't worry about that. We want Adlavale. We need 4. Give me a seller that has 4. There we go. If you were to make a new Gold Paladin starter for V of an OG, what would you choose? Ooh. Hold on. I actually might be able to answer that for you. Hold on. So we want zeros, normal unit. If I had to pick, ooh, there's a lot of good choices. That's a. So I have 2 choices, or maybe 3. Okay, I have 3 choices. I'd love to see the original Sadramore, baby Sadramore. I'd love to see that come back as a V starter. Black Whelp for Duke, obviously. I'd love to see that come back for Duke. And out of personal bias, Karya. If we wanted to go a Liberator starter, Aram's actually really good. You know, I think that would be a really good Liberator thing to add, aside from either Gildo. Gildo is definitely one to put in just as the generic like Liberator one, since they're trying to focus more on Bluish Flame. This would be the starter that would make the most sense. Okay, so we're going back to the deck. We gotta confirm. Okay. Core. We want 4. Add to cart. Fallon. We are playing 3. So let's see the cards so far. Okay, we got that. Okay. So that's done. Brinius. For me, I want Linshu and Narukami. Yeah, that makes sense. So we're playing 2. And I mean, if the build ends up being a bit more pricey than what we expected, we can always make some changes. All right, Regulation, Adlavale. We are playing as a 2 of. So this works. Then Josephus. We're going to go through here again. There we go. We are playing this as a 4 of. Alright. Gorbadoc. We are playing this as a 4 of. Then it was Zoran. We need 4. Elegant. Oh, this is right here. So let's go ahead and grab this now, along with Catch Goal. We're playing 2 of this, 2 Doggo. Then Elegant. You know, let's just go knife throw. Knife throwing knight. There we go. So we're playing 2. Then we need Clarity Wing. My favorite synchro monster. One of my favorites, I should say. Then we need Halo Shield Mark. We want the cheapest. That's not too bad. $4. It's not bad at all. Then, let's see, we need... We got that. Well, okay, we'll just go with Flame of Victory. It's right here. It doesn't matter what the other crit is. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we're gonna use this one because we know the other ones are getting reprinted common, but for the sake of being, for right now, we're using this one. Excuse me. Damn these allergies. And then we need a starter. Why don't you just look it up directly? I could, but where's the fun in that? Okay, sure. Coil. So now we're going to go into the strides. So we need... let's go Gurguit. Let's just focus with that. We want this one, and this one. Radiant Sword we are playing as a 2 of. Perfect. We are playing this as a 4 of. Then we're playing this as a... Ooh. Okay, that's a little pricey, but alright, that's fine. Okay, Glorious Raining, we need these. We are playing Glorious as a 2 of. And then Slamies we're playing as a 4 of. What else? We needed... Oh, Spirit Cross. Is it just Spirit? Golden Dragon. Oh, okay, Spirit X. Well, these are pricey, but we only need 2. Okay, So there we go. We have the deck. Let's go to optimize. So right now, before taxes, it's $160. That's a little pricey. I understand. So let's go ahead and we want current set, current rarities. Conditions can vary. That's fine. Keep printings. Sellers, it doesn't matter. Conditions, you know, if we can get them for near mint, that'd be great. But okay, so here we go. 142. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. And we saved $18. So for under 150 bucks, that's actually not bad at all. It'll probably be just a little over 150 because of taxes, but that is not bad for a deck to pick up. And like if you go to your local community, I'm pretty sure they have a bunch of these. It's some of the older cards you may have a hard time getting. But again, the strides you can easily mess around with, change up however you want. Common cards should be easy to get. You know, as long as you have the hookup at your locals or have friends who have this, it should all be good. Okay, let's see what's going on Twitter now. What's up? Oh, all right. Oh yeah, all right. I'll give you a follow back. That's cool. Sure. Twitter, why'd you have to scare me like that? Okay. So here we go. So we got our deck list. You know, almost verbatim. If most of the Gurguit engine from V, set 14 aside from the Heal Guardians and PGs, how expensive should the... Okay, so most of the Gurguit engine from V, set 14, you mean set 12. Besides Heal Guards and PGs, how expensive should it be? It shouldn't be pricey at all. So here, hold on, let me save this deck code real quick. Let's call it let's go budget libs. Okay, so we're gonna create. Okay, this is the deck code. Keep that in mind. We're actually going to go ahead and download the deck image. Yep. So there, I saved it. So I'll pull it up when we edit the video. But there's that. So you want to go... Yeah, I was thinking 14 because G ended in 14. That's true. Okay. So what do you want to do now? So let's see. If most of the Gurguit engine... Okay, are you saying include like a premium Gurguit deck with the Gurguit stuff from set 12? Minus PGs and Heal Guards? Is that what you're asking? We can make it. We absolutely can. So let's clear this out. Clear cart. Actually, hold on. Let's not clear cart just yet. Let's actually remove everything except the extra deck. The strides. Let's get rid of those. Because we don't need some of these. The strides could be useful. Nope. Oh, you want to build a V premium deck? Okay, yeah, no. Well, let's do it then. Let's clear cart.
We are building V Premium then. Gold Paladin. So without PGs. That's going to be odd, but I mean, sure, we can do that. And without the Heal Guardians. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. We know Sadramor's in here. We know that much. Gurguit at 4. Percival at 1. I don't like mixing the Superior Ride engine with the Gurguit deck. I just don't. That's just me personally. So let's go. That should be 13. Let's go 2. I still think this is still worth teching as at least. Yeah, let's go 3, 4, 3, 2. We'll fix the numbers later. No, put them in. Just asking. Besides, how much expensive? Oh, because you have them already. So okay, okay. So what would you? So we want to build a V Premium deck with them. If most of the Gurguit engine from set 12 besides Guardian PGs, how expensive should it be to build? Okay, so you know, I think in that case we just need to go TCG player. We need to go to Vanguard, Advanced Search. We are gonna still do Gold Paladin, and we're gonna go to Divine Lightning Radiance. Okay, so there's the one Percival. We've got Gurguit. Let's see here. We need our grade 3 searcher. And then we can always switch it out for a budget version soon. So don't worry your little head on that one. Adlavale. We could play Adlavale at 3. I'm assuming you want to play Jeffrey. I play Jeffrey, so that's all good. You know, I actually like Perry more. Like, I may not use it in a lot of decks at the moment, but I do really enjoy Perry more. I really do. And we could play it as a 2 of. Yeah, let's do 4. Let's do 4. And we can always fix the ratio later. Like, only set 12 stuff I'm missing. I think there are a few copies of Adlavale and Gorbadoc, if memory serves right. Yeah, okay, so you want to build a Gurguit deck from this. From set 12 specifically, correct? I think it can be done. Will it be decent? I mean, that's up to speculation. But it's a good place to start for sure. Since you don't want to play draw PGs, or there's no draw PGs here, we'll use the Crit Sentinel. Let's see. We'll put Edmund in here as a 3 of. We can fix the ratio later. She's really good not to run. Like at this point, she's really good. Let's do a 3. We don't want to overwhelm it. Overwhelm. We need our starter. Let's check our cards. So we need... In this case, we're going to bump Adlaville to 4. Yeah, 3 should be fine. But we have 8 crits, 4 heal. Okay, so we need draws. There we go. Now fronts are another option too, but I think for this build, I think draws are really important. So it's up to you. Gurguit was my OG deck during the G era, so debating after getting the new stuff for standard building it, to be honest. Not sure, but thinking unless cooler bosses come out. Honestly, Gurguit is still worth building. Like, I can understand it. I have my own build that I have, and I enjoy it. Other people actually enjoy it so much that they're like, hey, I want this. Okay. Cool, Chief. We're gonna use 4 of you. Oh, we're just missing 2 cards. We're just missing 2. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to bump this up to 4. And we're gonna bump up this to 4. So let me build it in Deathlog real quick first. Here's the price, but I'll optimize it here in a moment. But let me put it here. So let's start over. Deck creation, Vanguard, V Premium, and Golds. So we're gonna go 3s. Four, 4, 2s, 4, 4, 4 for grade 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, no, hold on. Yeah, Jeffrey. Okay. What am I missing? Wait. Oh, Percival. That's what we're missing. That's what we're missing. Playing 9 grade 3s. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go with the Crit Sentinel. That would be nice if they did. That might happen in the future. Okay, we're gonna ignore the choice restrict. For some reason, it still wants to pull up that these are still choice restricted, which is extremely odd. Let me do this. Oh no. There we go. So here's the deck that can be built from set 12 for Gurguit. And for its price, let's go and optimize the cart. We want same current sets. Same current sets. Let's go. So we saved $12. Let's look at this. Gurguit. Okay. Nice. Yeah, it kept everything. Not a pickle out of place. Yeah, so this is all from Lightning Radiance. $70 before taxes. So that's pretty cool. I have most of these already, so I can start make a starting point at least. Exactly. So let's go ahead and let's bring that back a bit. Gurgit's starting point. Okay, so here's the code. I'm going to download it. QDVW. That is the code. So make sure you pull that up on your phone or computer, and you will be able to have that list right then, right there. Okay. Kind of deviate a little bit, but not bad. Not bad at all. So we're going to clear cart. I just think that there's a lot of premium options that people don't consider, and to be fairly budget. I mean, so look. So the other deck we had earlier. Let me close this real quick. So the other deck we had up earlier. I'll put it up here right now. It was a PNG. So this one? Yeah, it was this one. No, yes. Oh no, this is a Gurguit list. Never mind. That's a Gurguit list. Which one was this? I don't remember making this. Hold on. That's the wrong one. That is the wrong list. We wanted... Let's see. It's not that one. I have so many deck lists saved. Ah, here it is. That's what I want. There we go. So based off this particular list that we have here, thanks. Also, if golds get a new boss over bringing back new ones, I hope they have another elemental themed deck. I don't know. Like Bluish Flame represents fire and other. So, okay. So a little bit of lore. So when Gold Paladin formed, there were 7 factions, all colored and animal themed. So for example, there were the Crimson Lions, there was the Black Steed, there was the Azure Falcons, there's the Silver Wolf, there's also purple elephants and green deer. So if they decide to go that route, I would love to see it. I'd love to see the deck be like the clan have more of those factions represented. But I think at this point in the game, it's kind of a moot point. But for this list right here that we have on screen, this was under $150. Now, is this tournament viable? Probably not. But it does give you the access to at least play with a lot of the older cards, as well as play with an older archetype. Where's my drink? I need to hydrate. No one's reminding me to hydrate. So again, like, is this deck perfect? No, it absolutely is not. There's a lot of different routes you can go. There's also a Blaster Blade Liberator engine that you can absolutely use. Is it good? Not necessarily, but it is another option to go into. Do you want to put Prominence Glare in here? Because we have regulation. Go for it. I mean, you have a lot of options to go into, but this is just a budget build under $150 that you can build super easy, or you can even make cheaper depending on what you want to do. Now, this is just one deck. This is just one. This may not be the greatest example, but this is how premium can be, where a majority of it admittedly is built on V cards. The V cards are really, really good, but there are a lot of older cards that, you know, just add spice to it, just like, you know, good generic good stuff. As I drop my headphone, because my watch is reminding me, hey, get up, fat ass. All right. If I ever decide to play premium, I will keep this list in mind. Yeah, go for it. Like, I think this is a very easy premium list to make. The triggers will definitely get better because we're getting new triggers in. We're getting a reprint of the previous premium collection triggers in the new premium series set. They'll be common, so those should be really easy to get. So at this point, I would actually cut the catch goals and just run 4 or 8 of the new crits. Strides, I would probably cut, depending on your budget, I would probably cut Spearcross or Heavenly Law Gurguit for 2 of the restanding new G Guard or G unit. And I would probably put 2 of the new G Guard with 2 Slammy. But as soon as those cards get added to deck log, even the Japanese version, we can go from there. But yeah, this is just one clan to dive into. And, you know, it's the clan I like most. So this is what we're going with. This was really fun. It was a really nice exercise to think about, you know, what can we do budget-wise? We built it through Decklog. We priced it out on TCG Player, or you can use Card Market or whatever site you use to buy cards from. Whew. Yeah, that was fun. All right. I think this was a good video to end off on. I will be going on break on the 25th to May. When did I say? It's on the Discord. Let me just double check that. General announcements. Okay, so I'll be back May 15th or May 16th. From there's a lot of stuff lined up. We're taking a little trip to Mexico for a few days, and then we're going to celebrate our wedding anniversary. So there's a lot of events going on, relatively like one after the other. So that will do it for me. I'll probably do another stream later this week because, I mean, I kind of have to. I'm going to be going on break for a bit. And tomorrow, you know, let's do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, we'll talk about another clan I liked, and maybe we'll see some other premium options for it. But until then, you guys have a great day. Stay safe, stay humble, wear your face mask, and please, 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 before, hold on. One clan I probably won't play at the moment is Dimension Police because clan identity most changed from what I loved. I loved the power threshold theme, and now the theme is mostly grade 3s. This grade 3. It is still power threshold. It is still power threshold based. There are a lot of cards. You know, do I want to talk about DP tomorrow? You know, we're going to talk about 2 clans tomorrow. We'll go 1 for premium and 1 for V premium. And we'll play around with it. Because I think that that's kind of a misconception that DP has changed that much. Because like I play DP in V premium and I enjoy it, and I see where that conception comes from. But it's still power threshold based. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll talk about 1 clan and we'll talk about Dimension Police. And yeah, again, stay safe, stay humble, wear your face mask, please go get vaccinated. All right, you guys have a great day. Peace out.